Just doing the little intro noise there, Linds. How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. It does go something like that. It is like boom.
Yeah, it's quite a catchy little beat.
Yeah, I quite like it. So we just had a brief catch up, but let's have a proper catch up, mate. You've just been telling me you've put about 400 laps into the Mexico track on the Formula One game.
It must be close to 400. Yeah, so Monday morning I started doing practice. I think Monday morning alone I've probably done about 150 laps. And then just up to this point now, which is Friday morning, I've done, must be close to 400 laps. I've been trying to do different combinations, like traction control on medium, but that's not working. Manual gears, that's not working, so I'm back to bloody square one. Automatic gears and full traction control.
Do you know how you're faring against like your competitors? Do you know what I mean? Do you know if you got any idea of their lap times at the moment? Or?
Yeah, so I've done a few laps with Bonta. I think we're quite average on pace. There's one guy that I am trying to catch though, Asthma Frog, who is the leader of our division, and I just know for a fact he's going to be so much quicker. So that's why I'm just trying to put in as much practice as I can, just to see if I can close the gap to him.
Sounds good. Well, I know I've just said it to you, mate, but if you crash out first lap, you're just going to be so gutted, aren't you?
That's going to be the controller smashing the floor. Like, never play this game again.
Or if you lose your Wi-Fi connection. I think I would just cry.
All that time and effort for nothing.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. Linds, how have you been? What have you been up to? I'm very aware that we said at the last podcast, we're like, right, we'll do this next week, and then it never happened.
Yeah, I've been fine. Just keeping busy, working away. Had a couple of days off, so just my days off. I've been putting in some practice on F1, doing things around the house. Have you
got all the snow up there?
Yeah, we had it on Sunday and Monday, but then it just went further south. I know up north had it quite a bit worse than where I am. I'm pretty much in the middle of Scotland to the east coast. So yeah, further up north they've had it quite bad.
I thought that's why you had time off work, but obviously not.
But yeah, that's another reason why I've had time off work as well, because we can't really get much done in the snow.
No.
But the past 2 days, it's not really been snowing here. The ground's still very hard, so we can't really get much done in the fields.
Right, I see. All right, well, very interesting. So we've had loads of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a novelty down here. I can't imagine you probably get a bit more of it up in Scotland, but we've had loads of snow here, and it's a bit of a novelty. But no, it's just starting to melt away. I'm good, yeah. I haven't, so when I spoke to you last, I said, I'll be going out on placement in March, but that hasn't happened at all, because literally the day before I was meant to go out, so that was last Sunday, 5th of March. No, I beg your pardon, it was the 3rd of March on the Friday. I got an email saying there'd been like a massive safeguarding something event, and they were like, do not attend your placement for your own safety.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I that's all I know, and they just said we'll get back to you, but they said you're not going to be penalised for the loss of hours. So I was supposed to be there all this week, but I haven't been there at all. So I've been sort of stealing a march on my F1 manager game.
Nice. That sounds good fun. I might have to invest in that.
Yeah, honestly, it's brilliant. It's if you like sort of, it's a shame there's no multiplayer, but maybe there will be in the future with an update or something like that. But you can really get into like the ins and outs of it all, and working out the setups for the tracks and that. And it sort of brings me on to a brand new feature I've got for this podcast, Linds.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you've kept the agenda very quiet from me. So yeah, I'm excited.
It's basically just fantasy Formula One, and I thought because the Formula One season has started and we've had one race, and I was wondering if we should pick our fantasy Formula One team, and that would be a team and 2 drivers, and we will track the progress throughout the year, you and I. So it's another little competition between us both. I'm not sure yet how the scoring system's going to work. I know I'm very aware there is like a fantasy Formula One game app already, but just one between us both. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm keen for that. Let's do that. Yeah.
So I think just for the time being, before we set up like a point scoring system, shall we both decide here and now who we'd have as our car for a start, and then our two drivers? You pick any three you like. You go first.
I've got a question. If I was to say pick Pierre Gasly, who races for Alpine, would I then be allowed to pick the Alpine car?
Yeah, you pick any three you want.
Okay. Verstappen, Perez, Red Bull.
Are you actually going down that route?
If it's going to get me the most points, then yeah. Verstappen definitely. I'm going to go Fernando Alonso, and I'm going to go the Aston Martin.
Really, the Aston Martin?
Yeah, Aston Martin's going to do well this season.
I don't know if it's going to do as well as the Red Bull, though, is it?
Well, Red Bull in the past have had engine issues.
That's true.
They've been quite prone to not finishing races, so I think the Aston Martin with a Mercedes engine is going to be more reliable, and it's quicker than Mercedes in general. So I think Aston Martin is my car. Max Verstappen, because he's two-time world champion, and he's a knob, but he's a very quick knob. And Fernando Alonso, he's in a fast car. It's Fernando Alonso. He knows the ins and outs of.
He had a good race last week.
Yeah. He's just the GOAT.
Yeah, it can't be argued really, and he's rapid on the Formula One manager game as well. He's just honestly, he really is. It's ridiculous. Like when you're in a battle with him, you're just like, how is he so good? But anyway, I never thought I'd be hearing the term quick knob today, but that's a new one for me. Quick knob.
There's the title of the video.
Quick knobbing.
So what's your?
Well, I'm going to go for actually. So what were your selection again? Aston Martin, Alonso, and Verstappen.
That's right. Yep.
I'm going to go Red Bull, Alonso, and just throw a bit of a curveball here. Lewis Hamilton, because I think he's got a really bad car, hasn't he, this year? Well, not a bad car, but relative to years gone by, the Mercedes just isn't. It's like the fourth fastest now, isn't it? But
yeah,
I still think he's going to eke the performance out of that car, and just based on that, I know he's not going to get the points per se, but I think for the sort of. We're going to have to come up with a sort of point scoring system that if the car's not as good, you get more points for a sort of high position in a race, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to work it out, mate. I'm going to have a look at the rules of the F1 Manager app or something like that, and the fantasy app or something like that. And yeah.
But no, Lewis Hamilton, that's a good shout because he finished P5 in Bahrain, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think he's only because of Charles Leclerc retiring, wasn't it? But yeah. Anyway, there's rumours of him going to Aston Martin, isn't there?
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, not this year, but
really?
He's he hasn't signed his contract extension, has he? So he's leaving it open, and a lot of people are saying Aston Martin's on his radar, but then there's also people saying that he won't race alongside Fernando Alonso. So. I don't know. I think he will go next year. He won't be at Mercedes next year if they carry on as they are now.
Yeah, I would have to agree. If Aston Martin, as rumoured, are going to come in for Lewis Hamilton, they've got the money. Lance Stroll's dad, he's very rich, so he could probably offer Lewis Hamilton whatever he wanted. But then the question goes, who would he go in to replace? Would it be? It surely can't be Alonso. He's just signed. And
no, it wouldn't be. Absolutely wouldn't be Alonso. And is he going to sack his own son?
Yeah, exactly. But Lance Stroll even performed pretty good at Bahrain. He two broken wrists and the broken toe, and he pulled off a P6.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just, I don't know. They're going to have to just. They're looking at, so if Hamilton's interested, they surely cannot pass up on that opportunity. But I think the other team that's been touted is Ferrari. So, but then again, who's he going to replace there?
You would have to say out of the two, it would probably have to be Sainz.
Yeah.
Leclerc's, I think Leclerc's got the full Ferrari backing. Number one driver, he's the one the potential to get a title out of the two Ferrari drivers. So it's going to be interesting anyway to see what happens with Lewis Hamilton, whether he does sign a new contract or not.
Yeah, very interesting. Anyway, should we get onto the questions after our little drum break?
Yes.
Right, drum break coming up now. Boom. Yeah. Question time. This is our. Can I go first this time? Give you my questions first.
Absolutely, go for it.
Right. So let's just catch up on the scores. You're winning 1-0 on this new format, aren't you?
I am. Yes, I am.
Right. Okay then. Well, there's no timer anymore, is there?
Nope. Just go full out.
We're just going. We're going in with the quick knobbin.
Dear.
Right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Get yourself ready. Brace yourself.
I'm braced.
Right. Rangers fans held up a banner directed at the board at the Scottish Cup final, but what did it say?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't have to say it word for word, but just sort of kind of.
Was it not aimed towards the
manager and the board?
Standards. I think it was aimed towards standards. The standards of our football. I can't remember.
Well, you've got the word ball right. It said, after 55 titles, you took your eye off the ball. Time for change.
Oh, well, okay. I would never have gotten that.
It's quite a difficult one, but it connects in with my next question, you see, so I had to put it. So which American company makes the balls used in the Premier League? See, eye off the ball.
Nice one. Nike.
It is Nike. Can you name me a Scottish Premier League footballer who was... Oh, no, Scottish English Premier League footballer who was sponsored by Nike? Very well known.
Scott McTominay?
No, it's not. It's Andy Robertson.
Oh,
so Robertson has played for 4 clubs in his career so far. Can you name them?
4 clubs. Dundee
2 of them are
United.
Scottish. Yeah, that's one.
Celtic.
Nope.
Was he not play? I thought he would have started off at Celtic. Okay, well I know Dundee United, I know Hull City, I know Liverpool, but I'm struggling with the Scottish one.
Should we come back to that one? So I'll give you a clue. So Dundee was his second team, Hull third, Liverpool current. So his first, you're looking for his first Scottish team where he started his career.
Oh, we'll come back to that one.
Okay. Which former Rangers manager had a brief spell as assistant manager at Liverpool?
Former Rangers manager. Steve
Absolute
Gerrard.
legend.
Gerrard.
No. Rangers legend.
What? Oh my god, my head
today,
is minced. It's absolutely minced.
Right, well, the answer to that is Walter Smith.
Oh, for fuck. What? He was at Liverpool?
Assistant manager.
I had no idea. I thought he was at Everton. I knew of that, but I didn't know he was at Liverpool.
Walter Smith also had a brief spell as assistant manager with which Liverpool rival club?
Everton.
No.
What?
Man United.
No, this is rigged. This is rigged.
I threw you off with that. I don't know who you thought. It must be Everton. It's not. It's Man United.
God, what? Oh, this is a shambles.
So, which former Manchester United player now plays his football in Saudi Arabia? Nice easy one for you.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. So the Formula One Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is next weekend, but can you tell me which Formula One driver Max Verstappen said is the best footballer on the grid?
Pierre Gasly.
Oh, he was one of them, but it was Charles Leclerc.
Oh, really? Okay.
He said Charles Leclerc or Pierre Gasly, but I think it's Charles Leclerc. Anyway, what is the nationality of Charles Leclerc?
French or Monacan?
Monegas.
That's the one, Monegas.
Monaghan. Well, I'm going to say you got that one wrong because it's not France, I'm afraid. But, can you tell me the score of Rangers' UEFA Champions League tie with Monaco, which was played on the 7th of November of the year 2000? You'd have been a young whippersnapper then.
2-1 Rangers.
Almost 2-2.
Oh.
It's a tough one for you today, mate. Let's just tally up the scores. Rangers banner, wrong. Oh, no, wait, hang on.
Don't you go back to the Andy Robertson?
Yes. Robertson has played for 4 clubs in his career so far. God. Can you name them? So you've got Dundee. You've already said Dundee.
Hull, Liverpool.
So the first team you're looking for, just have a wild guess. It's not any of like the big teams.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have gotten it.
Go on.
Queen's Park.
Yes. Well done.
Oh, yes.
So you got that one right, at least. Well, let's have a look at this. You got the banner one wrong. You got which American company makes the balls? That's Nike, that's right. Andy Robertson, wrong. Robertson's team's right, 2. Walter Smith, wrong. Man United, wrong. Ronaldo, right. Charles Leclerc, wrong. Monegas, wrong. And the score wrong. So you got 3 points there, Linds. You've got me second guessing myself about the Walter Smith thing now, but I just
cannot remember him being Liverpool at all.
Let me just have a quick check. Career. I was on his Wikipedia.
It's probably right, but I just can't remember it.
Managerial career. Hang about. If I've got this wrong, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. When Souness left for Liverpool, Smith was appointed interim manager. Hang on. Right, we'll come back to that. I'll check that for the next. I think he was assistant manager with Souness for a while or something like that at Liverpool.
Okay, that would make sense because Souness was a Rangers player.
That's right. Anyhow, well, you go. You hit me.
Right, let's go then. What was Shrewsbury's last result?
We lost 2-1.
Well done. Who scored for Shrewsbury in that game?
Was it Leahy?
Nope, it was Flanagan.
Yes, it was a good goal actually. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've never seen it, no. But right. What number does Flanagan wear?
Number 4.
Nope, number 33. What was the order of the top 3 at Bahrain Grand Prix?
Verstappen, Perez, Alonso.
Yep. What year did Fernando Alonso last win a Formula One race?
2012.
Oh, you were close. 2013 at Catalunya, his home Grand Prix. Who replaced Fernando Alonso at Alpine?
Ocon. No. Gasly.
Yep, it was Gasly.
Yeah, well, I got that wrong, didn't I? So fair's fair.
Ivan Toney has scored every single penalty he has stepped up to since joining Brentford. But how many penalties has he scored at Brentford?
Just like throughout his Brentford career.
Yep, since he joined, how many has he scored?
30.
22. Liverpool play Bournemouth this weekend in the Prem, but what was the score line the last time these two last played?
Was it 5-0 to Liverpool?
No, it was 9-0 Liverpool.
Ah, yeah. I don't remember that at all, but
I think that was the game that Scott Parker got the sack.
yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't
it? Wout Weghorst now plays for Man United, but what club is he on loan from?
Besiktas.
Nope, it's Burnley.
Oh, no, it's not. It's Burnley, yeah. He was at Besiktas, wasn't he, on loan from...
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. What is the capacity of the Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid?
100,000.
81,000.
Yeah. Ah, well,
it's going to be quite close, I think. So the first one,
yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Shrewsbury's last result, 2-1 against Peterborough. You got that one right. Who scored? It was Flanagan. That was wrong. Flanagan's number, 33. You got that one wrong. The grid order of Bahrain Grand Prix for Verstappen, Perez, Alonso. You got that one right. Alonso's last F1 race win, 2013. You said 2012. You got that one wrong. Who replaced Alonso at Alpine? You said Ocon. It was Gasly. Ivan Toney has scored 22 penalties, not 30. Liverpool's last result against Bournemouth was 9-0, not 5-0. Wout Weghorst played
you're winning.
United. I am. I've won it too by 1 point. Wout Weghorst plays for Burnley on loan from. Plays for Man United on loan from Burnley. You got that one wrong. You said Besiktas, and the capacity of Bernabeu is 81,000, not 100,000. Give me my point.
How? I thought I thought I'd given you really difficult questions this time round. I was just like, do you know what? This is my time.
Yes. Well, I have pulled a rabbit out of the hat there. I don't know how.
Yeah. Well. I thought we were going to have to pull out a tiebreaker then. I was going to search quickly for a question. But I was thinking, well, if I search for the question, I'll know the answer. Right. Well, I'm going to go away now and just cry in my pillow for a little bit before we come back after our little drum roll break.
I'll get the world's smallest violin ready.
And that was a good cry I had there, Linds. I just stared out the window for a bit longingly into the back garden and had a nice cry. We've kind of had a bit. We've kind of done this already, but let's have a bit of Formula One chat. And I think let's talk a little bit about Alonso and what he's going to do this season. Because obviously he came third at the weekend, but he probably could have done a bit better if he had it started a bit higher up the grid.
Oh, you'd think so. Obviously, his car's got the pace. Aston Martin looking very racy indeed. Fernando Alonso looking back to his youth self when he was first racing at Formula One. He was absolutely rapid in the Renault. So I think, if Aston Martin keep progressing with the car, making it faster, Alonso could well be up there challenging for wins. Whether or not he can beat Verstappen one-on-one is to be seen, but I think he's got it in him.
I think he's got it in him. It's really strange. I mean, he's in his 40s, isn't he? And it's just he seems to be getting better. It's really strange.
Yeah, it's going backwards for him.
Yeah, it's great to see. And I just think if he has the car that can actually go head to head with the Red Bull, I think his kind of racecraft and experience will completely outsmart the likes of Verstappen's, and I would just love to see a battle between them two.
Yeah, I think it would be juicy. It would be youth against what's
experience.
That's the one. Experience. That was a good one.
He's got all that guile and cunning, isn't he? Alonso, he's really good with his racecraft, and I found something really interesting the other day was when during the race he came on the radio and he was sort of predicting the strategy for the car ahead and behind him. And they were saying on the commentary, they were like, this is what's so good about the likes of Alonso and Hamilton, is that they're not just sort of thinking about their own strategy. They're feeding back to their engineers the strategy of the car ahead and behind them as well. So they're racing everybody else's race as well.
Yeah,
And
that's knowledge for you.
yeah, and I think it was Martin Brundle that was saying like that this is what separates these kind of drivers from, you know, the fast drivers, but not the legendary drivers, if you know what I mean. But,
yeah.
But the race itself wasn't actually that interesting. I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't actually see it live, but I watched the highlights, and yeah, there wasn't really much happening.
No.
Alonso there was contact between Alonso and his teammate at the start, and then Alonso making moves on Russell and Hamilton, and yeah,
not a lot of. I think what is good about F1 at the moment is that the cars can follow each other closely, but at the same time that also makes it a little bit boring sometimes, because they were just cancelling each other out. So maybe we'll see a bit different on a different track. Bahrain isn't sort of known for, you know, amazing overtakes necessarily, is it? But Saudi Arabia next, and what's after that? It's Australia, I think, isn't it? I think that we might see, you know, like in seasons gone by, we've seen a few sort of like really surprising results at Australia before, haven't we?
Yeah. Yes, Australia used to be the very first track to be raced at, and
yeah,
I think it was the 2013 season when Lotus was on the go. I remember, I think Raikkonen raced for Lotus. Did he not get the win?
It's Raikkonen and Grosjean, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. It was like a 5 or 6 car battle for the season. It was very interesting that season.
Yeah, that Lotus were really good that year.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
had an amazing car. So anyway, the Formula, it's looking good, the F1 this year, because obviously you got the likes of Fernando Alonso up in the mix, but then the two Mercedes are not really sort of the cars are not performing, but they're surely going to sort of make some sort of comeback. But then you've got the dark horses in there, like the likes of Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas and that, who seem to be getting a lot out of their cars.
Yeah. Even Hulkenberg in the Haas made it through Q3 in qualifying, and yeah, it's going to be a good season. I think it's going to.
Tell you what is looking disappointing though is the two McLaren cars, and it just looks like it's going a bit backwards. So I do wonder whether they're in a period of sort of redevelopment at McLaren again.
I think they'll turn it around. I think they'll struggle for the first few races, but then I think they'll find their groove. And I think
they said they've got a few upgrades due, haven't they, in the next few weeks? So it's whether they can, you know, it's whether their competitors are bringing upgrades as well.
Yeah.
But if they aren't, then hopefully the upgrade, like you said, they come back a little bit.
I'd like to see it. Hopefully McLaren don't fumble and struggle to get points, but
because this in the last few years they've been sort of on an upward trajectory again, haven't they? With the likes of Norris performing really well, but that came after like a long sort of 5-year period where McLaren were just really underperforming. And hopefully they're not going back into this sort of underperforming phase.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm just reading now. Former Formula One world champion Button signs a NASCAR deal.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just reading it now. It's literally just come up 10 minutes ago that so the 43-year-old, so he's only a little bit older than Alonso. That's crazy. He will make his debut in the Stock Car Series in Texas on the 26th of March. Button will also take part in the inaugural Chicago Street Race on the 2nd of July and compete at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course on the 13th of August. So that's interesting.
What's even more interesting, I'm reading something else about it, and it says Jenson Button to make NASCAR debut alongside Kimi Räikkönen.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
Does Kimi Räikkönen already race in the NASCAR?
I've got no idea, to be honest with you. But
No, I don't know what.
A pair of them are going to NASCAR. Wow.
Nice. Wow. Fair play. I thought the last I heard of Jenson Button, he was racing in that, like it's like electric cars, but it was like Extreme E or something like that. Did you see any of that?
I've never seen that. No, is it like
No,
Formula E? But
no. It was like a couple of years ago. They were like racing on these in like the desert and places like that, on these really extreme circuits in these sort of massive SUV cars. But there were electric versions of them. I'm sure Jenson Button had his own team. I'm sure he was like racing like a couple of drivers. But I don't know what happened with that. I never heard anything about it ever since, to be honest. But oh wow. Oh, anything else on the Formula One you'd like to talk about, Linds?
Anybody but Verstappen. That's all I got to say.
See, I've said it for a couple of podcasts now, but we're going into this Red Bull Verstappen area that is very similar to the one that was like happened with Vettel when he was at Red Bull, where they just started winning everything and everyone started to hate Sebastian Vettel, didn't they? And just because he was winning everything. But I think, hopefully it doesn't go that way. But
yeah.
Well, okay. So when we come back after this little break, we're going to talk about football. So football. Well, obviously over the weekend we had Man United losing 7-0. I'd like to quickly just brush over that result for now. I didn't watch it. I couldn't bring myself. I watched the first 5 minutes of the game and then I was just like, this game looks like it's going to be boring. I switched it off. I went to have a game on Formula One Manager and then I thought to myself, I'll just check up on the Man United score out of curiosity, and it was 7-0 down. I was like, is this actually a joke?
Yeah, that was a head turner from Man United on good form, and then all of a sudden 7-0.
Well, yeah, I actually, like I said, I haven't watched any of the highlights, so I don't know what really happened. I don't know if you can enlighten me. No, I think did they not go into the break at halftime 1-0 or 2-0 down? So it was it was salvageable at half time, and then they just capitulated in the second half, apparently. But what I have heard is that Eric Ten Hag played the same 11 last night against United, against Real Betis, in United's 4-1 win over them. So I think he sort of made a statement by doing that, and by all accounts, Bruno Fernandes had an amazing game, scoring one and assisting one. Mm-hmm. So I think he gave that same 11 that lost 7-0 to United the chance to sort of redeem themselves last night. And so we might as well, at that on that note, discuss a few of last night's results. Any of them jump out at you as interesting?
I'm just looking through them now. Arsenal drew 2-2 with Sporting. Quite a surprise. I thought Arsenal would have beat Sporting there.
They're still top of their group, though, aren't they? With 15 points. And
yeah, they are. Yep.
So that would see them through to the quarterfinals. Just looking at the Man United group now, they can't see it apparently. No, can't see it.
Let's see if I can have a look.
I think they're top of their group. They have to be, don't they? Let's have a look at the table.
That's not letting me see it either.
Yeah, that's very strange. But I can see every other group, but and United's. But
I think it's because we're into the knockout stages now, isn't it? Yeah, we're into the rounds now. So we've done the groups. The groups are all done. So Man United and Betis were playing in the first leg last night.
Oh, was that the first leg of the knockouts?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Then they're probably nailed on for the quarterfinals, then, aren't they, United?
Yeah, definitely. Victory. So yeah.
Well, let's go back to Let's just have a look at last weekend's results. Then just pick these up, and it wasn't. I know Rangers won 4-1, but was it the week before that the cup final?
Yes, it was. We'll not talk about that. Swiftly moving on.
Well, is this not why the manager's been getting a bit of flack because of losing to Celtic? Or
I think Michael Beale has been getting a bit of flack ever since what happened with the Partick Thistle. Gifting that goal back to them.
Yeah.
I was expecting to get beat by Celtic. I watched the whole game. I thought Celtic played good. I thought Rangers played good. I think Celtic are Celtic. They play better. I thought we were quite lucky to get a goal, to be honest. So it finished 2-1. So I was happy to get a goal. I thought after we scored the goal, we were like, I was thinking to myself, okay, we could get back into this. We could get this to extra time. But it wasn't to be. The better team won. So fair play to Celtic.
Yeah. But it's just so it's looking like they're gonna, they're gonna win every cup and the league this season, isn't it, Celtic? Or
it's looking that way. Yeah, they're 9 points ahead in the league.
What's the sort of general feeling amongst the fans for Rangers? Can you see sort of like a long-term vision where perhaps next season you come back and then you're the team that's beaten Celtic, or what's the kind of feeling?
For me personally, we've got the players, we've got the manager. There's no reason why we can't be up there next season challenging. Van Bronckhorst was in charge of Rangers at the start of the season, and then he got sacked. So a new manager comes in. It's going to take the new manager a little while to get things the way he wants it. So Beale's made some good signings. Tom Cantwell. We've got a young Belgian guy, Raskin. He looks very good. So as long as Beale can keep making signings that he wants to bring in, and he can get the team performing the way he wants them to perform, then there's no reason why we can't be up there next season challenging.
Yeah. I always say this to you, but the feeling we get sort of this side of the border is when we look at the Scottish League and stuff like that. It's just like, it's the same two teams again, Celtic and Rangers. And it just the perception over this, particularly with Celtic when they're winning everything. This is why people say, that's the Scottish Premier League. It's a farmers' league. It's a one-team league and all that. I'm not saying it is because I don't watch any of the games ever, but like the impression we get this side of the border, well, mainly I think is, it must be really boring just to see Celtic winning everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. It's boring to watch. Celtic have just been dominating for like the past 10 years. I mean, we had our season two seasons ago when we won it, but it wasn't. It was close. It wasn't nailed on that we were going to win it. Celtic were performing really well at the start of the season, and then Neil Lennon got the sack because he just wasn't producing anymore. That's when we pulled away and then got the title. So if we can get things back to making it a bit more competitive, a bit more close, I think it's going to not only benefit us, it's going to benefit Scottish football.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Shrewsbury Town, like we said in the questions, they lost the last game 2-1. But before that, we had a very good result away at Derby County, who hadn't lost. I think they'd been on a massive winning streak, and then we drew 2-2 against them, and it was a really good result. And obviously before that, we'd been mainly on a streak of wins, but possibly one of, if not the form side in League One. And we're sitting in ninth place, so it's comfortable. I think playoff hopes have been dashed a little bit now because there's teams around us and in front of us have got a game in hand. But I think we can sort of safely look at a mid to top half finish, and that's very good. One thing I wanted to pick up about Shrewsbury Town is I think the book, was it Oxford? We just have a quick look at Oxford. Oxford were looking for a new manager. They sacked Robinson, and it was touted like that. Basically, the bookie's favourite or second favourite to go was our manager Steve Cottrell, and I'm not sure if that's still the same. I don't know if they've it doesn't look like they've appointed a manager yet. So hopefully we don't lose Cottrell, because he's brought a lot of the players in this season who have been playing really well, like out of their skin, like Luke Leahy, Matthew Pennington. I mean, a lot of the players just been playing really well this season. So the feeling is that if he goes, then those players will go too. So
surely Cottrell won't go down to a team like Oxford, who are placed 18th in the league.
Yeah, but this is what I said, and the thing is, it's Oxford's a lot closer to his home of Bristol. So the argument is that he wants to be closer to home, and he's second favourite amongst the bookies. Well, this was a couple of weeks ago now, but I personally don't think he'll go, at least not this season. He's this close to the sort of end of the season, I suppose. There's no point in him going now, is there? But so, if there's a chance of him, even if it's just an outside chance of getting Shrewsbury into a playoff position, then surely he has to see that through. But we've had this before with managers, with Paul Hurst during our sort of almost playoff season, getting into the Championship, when we got to the playoff final and played Rotherham. But when Paul Hurst had decided he was going to leave for Ipswich Town before the playoff final was played, so we've had this before with managers, and I just hope it doesn't happen again, because I think the players' heads turn then. Because do you know what I mean? If do you know what I mean? So that's Shrewsbury Town. Should we have a look at the Premier League? What were the scores last weekend? Obviously United 7-0. I think the Arsenal match was a good one, wasn't it? Did they have a good comeback win against Brentford or Bournemouth or something like that?
Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah. So they got a 97th minute winner. Nelson getting the goal. It was a cracking goal as well. And the fans, the players, the manager, everybody went absolutely berserk on the pitch, and emotions were everywhere. It was good to see. Arsenal keeping up their good performances, staying top of the league.
Yeah. And it's 97th. It was a 97th minute winning goal. It really is like the wins. There's nothing better than a win like that, is there?
It just
that
sends
feeling.
a place into eruption.
Yeah. And people were saying, like on the radio, that it's wins like that it's their Premier League winning performances, like those sorts of the sort of like last minute winning goals and stuff like that. So
and Chelsea getting a win.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yes. No, it's all right. Did they win in the week as well in the Europa League? Not in the Champions League.
Yeah, they beat Dortmund. They've maybe found a little bit of form. Hopefully, they can carry it on.
It's looking a little bit better for Graham Potter now, because he was looking a bit on the rocks for a period, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think that Champions League game was crucial. I reckon if they didn't win that, I think that could have been the end of Potter.
Well, the thing is, like, Chelsea could theoretically now go and win the Champions League, and if he does that, then people will be saying, he's the greatest English manager of all time.
Yeah.
So fans are very fickle, aren't they, really? But so what's this weekend?
What are we looking at? Let's have
the 11th of March.
So Bournemouth and Liverpool. It's a 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. Got Everton, Brentford.
Wait there, Linds. Wait there. This is Linds's predictions, and we'll go top to bottom. And this is Linds's predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Get your betting slips at the ready. Get your blue pens out of your pockets. And this is Linds's tips for the weekend. Linds, go.
Listen up. This is Mystic Linds, replacing Mystic Meg, who sadly passed away.
She died, yeah. Mystic Meg died, yeah. We could do with some mystic music, right? You go ahead and I'll give you some mystic music in the background right there.
I'll get my magic 8-ball at the ready.
Just you get going with your predictions, Linds, and I'll get some music on the go.
Okay, so Bournemouth Liverpool. I am expecting a thumping here. 5-0 Liverpool.
5-0 Liverpool there, yeah.
Absolutely, yep. If Liverpool have been good form lately, getting a 7-0 against Man United, absolutely. Why can't they get a 5-0 against Bournemouth?
Yeah, but Bournemouth almost took Arsenal to the sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on two things. Yeah, carry on, Linds.
Yeah, Everton, Brentford. This could be a close one. I think this could be a draw. I think this has got a 2-2 written all over it. Brentford, good form. Everton, not too bad. Since what's his face has taken over. What is his face? What's his name? Who took over Everton?
Dan Dyche.
That's a one.
Sean Dyche.
Did you say Dan Dyche?
Sam Dyche.
Oh,
Sam Allardyce.
Oh, Sam Dyche. Oh dear.
Can you hear this music?
No, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
No. It'll maybe get played over YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I should know because I'll get I can hear it. You can't hear that at all.
No, I can't hear nothing.
That's strange, isn't it? Sorry, you carry on with your thingies then.
Okay, so Sam Dyche getting a 2-2 against Brentford. Leeds,
yeah.
Leeds, Brighton. It's got to be Brighton. 2-0 Brighton.
Yeah.
Leicester, Chelsea. This is going to be Chelsea. This is going to be a 2-0 Chelsea. Tottenham, Nottingham.
Tottenham, Nottingham.
Tottenham, Nottingham. 3-1 to Tottenham. Crystal Palace, Man City. 3-1 Man City. And then what's the next?
Give us your. Are you looking at like a big fixture list now?
No, I am not.
Well, find yourself a big fixture. Go on the BBC Sport.
Oh no, I can see it now. Yep, I can see a big one.
Right. Find us for all the betting people out there. Give us your biggest outside bet amongst. You pick any game you like.
What, within the rest of the season or within this week?
No, just this weekend, just this Saturday.
Okay. So this weekend.
I've got one. I can see one straight away in the Scottish Cup. Let's go. Hearts to beat Celtic 3-2.
Oh, that's a big one. Hearts and Celtic just played the other day. Celtic beat them 3-1. So you think Hearts can come back and win 3-2?
I bet. What are the odds on that? While you pick a team, I'm going to look for the odds on that.
Okay. Okay, I've got one. Fulham, Arsenal. Fulham have been in good form. I think Fulham can maybe beat Arsenal here. I think Fulham could get a 2-1 against Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, Fulham have been great, haven't they? To be honest. Yeah. So right, hang on. Hearts to win 3-1 is 80-1. So, oh no, hang on. Where's 3-2?
They obviously don't think Celtic can score 2 goals.
Oh, 3-2 is 66-1. It's worth an outside bet because I've said it now. On the day of Mystic makes death. I'm not a betting man though, so anybody else can do that.
So you've gone the Hearts to beat Celtic 3-2. I've gone Fulham to beat Arsenal 2-1. Let's see if they come in. And
who are Rangers playing this weekend?
Let's have a look. I don't actually know. Scotland. We have got Motherwell tomorrow at 12:30 kickoff. That's going to be a 3-0 win for us.
Is it? Shrewsbury, we've got Morecambe. Give us your score.
Let's have a look. Where are Morecambe?
Morecambe at home.
Morecambe. Where are they in the league? They are 21st. Oh, you should get a win there. That should be a 2-0.
Do you know what though? This is exactly the type of game where you'll go and lose.
You reckon?
It's just it's classic Shrewsbury Town. We perform really well for the big games, and then we'll look at someone like Morecambe and we're like, we'll roll them over. But Anyway, what are you saying for that?
2-0 Shrewsbury.
Well, I hope so. Should we finish that right there and just we'll just say pay our respects to Mystic Meg and just have a and while we have a break, we'll have a minute's silence for Mystic Meg. And welcome back. I hope you did your minute's silence for Mystic Meg there.
I absolutely did. I had my hands in prayer as always as well. You know, doing my little prayer and crossing myself.
Good man. Wait, are you've got to be a Protestant, haven't you?
I'm nothing. I have no religion.
Good. It's a touchy subject, that really, isn't it? In Scotland, Glasgow.
Absolutely. Yep.
I think you're hiding your true religion, in case you get your windows blasted.
Yeah. We've got Celtic fans. Yep. Fuck you. I heard you on that podcast, you dick.
Oh, I heard you on that podcast that gets 20 listens.
We're working our way up.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we started at the bottom. Now we're here.
Oh, okay, Drake.
It's all about the progress. It's all about the journey and not the destination. Absolutely. That's what it says in my gym. You know, when I go to my gym, there's all these words on the walls. It's like in, you know, like football changing rooms and stuff like that. It's all about it's all about the journey and not the destination. And ambition starts somewhere. And and I'm there just like I
can't wait for a pie after this gym session.
So this is the last part. This what we're going to talk about now then.
We could talk about F1 XL if you want. Or...
Yeah, of course. Well, off you go.
Okay, so Mexico this Sunday. I cannot stand Mexico. It too technical for my little.
What's wrong
mind.
with the Mexicans?
Nothing wrong with the Mexicans, but they need to learn to build a better bloody racetrack. It's too twisty and it's just everywhere. So yeah, I'm not expecting big things at Mexico. My last result at France, I got a P9. The race before that was at Singapore. I'm not sure if we covered it in the last podcast or not, but I got a P2.
No, I don't think we did we? Oh, did we?
I can't remember. It feels like so long ago since we last did the podcast.
I don't. You got P2 at Singapore. That's really good.
Yeah, I got P2, so I'm chuffed with that.
Where did you qualify there? Because it's all about grid position there, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure I qualified 6th.
That's really good. Well done.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. Ferrari team in general are on the up. We're clawing our way back up that overall standings. We're currently sitting in 5th, but we are 101 points behind 4th team Haas. But I think we can carry on getting ourselves up that table. We've got the drivers to do it. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with how things are going with my team. I'm quite chuffed with how things are going with myself in general in racing. I seem to be getting faster.
Where were you in the league? Just you. Have you already said that?
No. Let's have a look. So if I go to driver standings, just give it a minute to load up. I am sitting. So if we take out those two, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm sitting 5th. Nice. 5th place on 60 points. First place is on 92. So, yeah, I reckon I can carry on getting further up that table. So let's just hope it happens. But nothing special is going to happen at Mexico.
Well, anything can happen, Linds. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
If you watch the stream, like you watch the stream on.
I'd say it's past my bedtime, though, mate. It's past my bedtime.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. It's past my bedtime, mate. I'd love to. I mean, I get all your results. I check them religiously.
Do you?
No.
I sounded impressed there. I was like, oh, do you actually?
No, I mean, I don't have that kind of mental energy at the moment to think to myself, well, I must check the F1 XL results. It's not that I don't care, Linds. It's not that I don't care, mate.
You just have other things.
But anything, at the moment, yeah. So, anyway, Anything can happen at Mexico, though, mate.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything can happen. I mean,
But what I've found from playing the F1 Manager games, right? If you've not done too well, if it's not one of your best tracks or something like that, just hope for a safety car. Get yourself on those hard tyres, and just look after them and sit out there for a while, and then hope for a safety car, and then get yourself in the pits for a free pit stop. Then, you know what I mean?
see, this is what I need you as my
strategist.
Yeah, the man behind the wheel with me. I need you on the headset with me. Like, Linds, pit now. Linds, do this.
Yeah, because I could be looking at like the rest of the grid and everything, couldn't I?
Yeah, see, exactly. You could be my right hand man.
Well, I mean, my services come at a cost.
Well, I'll pay you. I'll give you £1 per race.
Okay. £1?
£1 per race, yeah.
What, a quick pounding?
Well, £1 either way you want it. You can have £1.
£1 per race. I'll be knackered.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we always end up talking smut.
Yeah. Ever since you got that Oculus.
I haven't got it. I haven't.
You will.
You'll get it. I prefer my encounters to be in real life, 3 dimensions rather than virtual reality. No.
Don't we all? It's been a long time since let's not get into that.
Oof. Well then, she doesn't put out. See if she starts. Let's leave it there, mate, because I don't want to be the cause of you've only just got engaged.
It's all right. She doesn't listen to these podcasts.
She doesn't?
No.
Well, that's good then. And I very much doubt she's going to get to 58 minutes on this podcast if she listens to it, Linds.
Exactly. Yeah, she'll click off as soon as we start talking football.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've gone very far into this podcast, so can you quickly just summarise, just tie up the F1 XL news, and then we'll end it.
Okay. So Division 1, my guys finished. Jellyman finished 13th at France, and Straka finished 10th. Division 2, my guys finished. Westcott finished 16th, and Produce finished 17th. Division 3, we had Eterna finishing 4th, and Richie finishing 2nd. So good showing in Division 3. Division 4, my division. Oh God, what's going on? Okay, I finished 9th, and Panda, who returned at France, finished 14th. Division 5, what did we have? Nick finishing at a DNF, and Scotsman finishing 5th. And in the last division, Division 6, we had Dom finishing 7th and Sambo finishing 10th. And we've already been through the overall constructors from my team. So Red Bull 1st, Aston Martin 2nd, McLaren 3rd, Haas 4th, Ferrari 5th, Williams 6th, AlphaTauri 7th, Mercedes 8th, Alpine 9th, and Alfa Romeo 10th. There we go, done and dusted.
Lovely job. Well, it's not often I don't think we've done a podcast on a Friday before, have we?
I don't think so. No. This is
no. I can actually say, well, you enjoy your weekend, Linds, and thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much, Ass. You enjoy it too. I hope you get some action this weekend.
I very much doubt it, mate, but I hope so too. To be honest with you, now you said that, yeah. Well, I'll be sure to let you know.
Remember, send the pics.
Yeah, and no, I just said, why did I just say yes so just so easily? I was like, yeah. No, but I won't. No.
Well, fuck you.
Well, I'll have to ask the other party first if it's all right. I don't want to get arrested for some kind of revenge porn kind of sting operation. Anyway, let's leave that one there, please, mate. Right. Okay. This will be uploaded later, mate. So.
Spot on. Okay, buddy. I will catch you soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.